red trunks with the white trim. He weighs in at 230 pounds with a professional record that reads 32 victories, 17 defeats, and 18 wins coming by way of knockout. He hails from Chicago, introducing Tony LaRosa. His opponent in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with the blue accessories. He weighs in at 228 pounds. His professional record, 35 victories, 3 defeats, and 26 wins coming by way of knockout. He also hails from Chicago, introducing Danell Nicholson. Nicholson, 10 rounds, heavyweight.
Okay, gentlemen, another rule. I want you to obey them, protect yourself all times. Let's go. Good luck.
All right, one of the things to keep an eye on, as John mentioned in the open, is the bleeding of Tony LaRosa. In 1999, he lost 3 fights that were stopped on cuts. As they say, John, he bleeds at the weigh-in. As they say, John, he bleeds at the weigh-in. That's John Saraceno, USA Today boxing columnist. He gets a promotion, and I blow the open.
Nobody noticed. I tell you what, Tony LaRosa, what he lacks in ability makes up for in heart, and he is going to be tested here by a much bigger, stronger, and more talented fighter in Danell Nicholson, and he knows it. You see the obvious disparity in size. LaRosa, not even probably 5'9.5" against Nicholson, about 6'4". And that's what LaRosa's got to do, is go downstairs a little bit. But the problem is, how do you get inside? Because Danell Nicholson can box. Well, he's got a good jab, and Tony's got to find a way to get on the inside, because standing on the outside like that, he knows he can't win.
I think he's got better than a good jab. He's got a stellar jab, and he keeps pumping it into that face of Tony LaRosa, and that's the strategy all night long for Nicholson. He'll do that. LaRosa can't get on the inside. His face is going to bust open. And when he does get in like that, he's going to get tied up, and Gino Rodriguez will have his work cut out for him. But a big looping right hand over the top by LaRosa. And as you mentioned, John, he's not short on heart, that's for sure.
First time I saw Tony fight was probably 4 or 5 years ago. Buster Douglas made his comeback in Atlantic City. Buster stopped him. And you see Nicholson now. Tony's got to get off those ropes if he can. And LaRosa tries to throw a right hand to the body to get Doc back. And that was picked off. Tony's picking off some of those shots with his gloves. And now Nicholson knows he can't get careless here. He's going to try and pick apart Tony LaRosa. You see how stationary Tony is.
Oh, he's a sitting duck, and he's perfectly made for Nicholson's style. Nicholson starting out a little faster than we're used to seeing him go, too. Very good, crisp, fast first round.
And don't forget, Danell fighting before his hometown fans, grew up here. You got 2 local guys. I guess it's kind of like, do you like the White Sox or the Cubs, or do you root for DePaul or Northwestern? Take your pick.
3 times last year, bad enough to stop fights.
Well, I tell you what, Danell looks like he wants to try to take him out in this round. He's doubling up on the jab, hooking off the jab, and trying to throw those long overhand rights as LaRosa tries to pull him around the ring. And that's really Tony's only shot.
LaRosa trying to work the body. Said he'd like to keep his head close to the chest of Nicholson, but he certainly is very aware of his bleeding problems and what it could cause him. He had these thoughts yesterday as well.
Do I think it's going to be a problem? You never know. You know, sometimes, like I've been 8 rounds with Burke catching me, I didn't get cut. My last fight, the first round, I got cut. You never know. Ruddock, the first round, I got cut. But, I'm here to fight. I don't let that bother me.
LaRosa's face a mask of blood here in the 2nd round already.
He's got veteran cutman Jack Viola in his corner. Viola has always got his work cut out.
He would need
LaRosa, no pun intended.
Arnie, he would need Mayo Clinic here tonight to stop all the blood we're going to see.
Nothing at the moment, though, that's getting in or bothering his eyesight. Although bleeding in the nose nose certainly bothers your breathing. It starts to go down your throat. You have to breathe through your mouth instead of your nose. Leaves you open for a broken jaw.
I'm starting to wonder if this is the comeback of two-time Tony Galento. Tony really going to give it all, and he's not going to quit before his hometown. They're going to have to stop this fight, or Danell Nicholson's going to have to take matters in his own hands. I'll tell you what, Arnie, the one thing I don't like about Danell Nicholson over the years, he's been very inconsistent with the amount of pressure he applies in a fight. He looks like he falls asleep sometimes. There's a low blow by Nicholson.
And certainly he couldn't come at a better time for Tony LaRosa, although he may not feel that way at this moment. Clock keeps ticking as we've got 49 seconds to go in the round. And now he's got 5 minutes to recover if he wants, but certainly gives that nose a little bit of time to perhaps clot up and that slight nick on his eye. And Gino Rodriguez giving a warning to Danell Nicholson to keep him up. Doesn't want to see any roughhousing in there. LaRosa using every bit of the time, and he's telling Rodriguez he's ready to go back in again.
Well, Danell Nicholson really wants to fight and is motivated. Right there, you can see the kind of skills he has. I don't understand why Tony's taking this kind of punishment, though.
But he snuck in a nice little left hook of his own and caught Nicholson napping, and maybe he was allowing him to get a little confident. And Nicholson, well, here's the brawl of the ropes right now, and a brawl breaking out here with 30 seconds to go in a second. He certainly got Nicholson's attention there. Remember, Tony LaRosa, 18 knockouts in his 32 wins. Not the heaviest of punches, and most of those knockouts came at cruiserweight.
Well, Danell Nicholson should use the jab a little bit more, and there he's going to the body to get Tony to drop those hands down as he pins him in the corner.
Oh, big overhand right as Nicholson really...
They should stop the fight, Arnie.
And that's it. It's over.
Good stoppage.
Tony LaRosa not happy with the stoppage. He was taking Nicholson's best shots, or at least he thought he was.
Tell you what, there's bad blood between those two fighters. I don't know if it's because they're from Chicago, but there's bad blood there. And I don't just mean the blood that's spread all over Tony's face. Tony screaming to Danell Nicholson, is that all you got? Now they're going to hug in a sign of sportsmanship. I like to see that. No use like a guy, Tony LaRosa, his age, 32, taking that kind of abuse and punishment. Refuses to go down. Good stoppage by Gino Rodriguez.